Welcome to the Read Along,
a mini book club for your ears.
I'm your host, Scott.
I'm your other host, Anita.
And join us on a journey through a good book,
One chapter at a time.
Do you like talking about movies? Do you like talking about mediocre movies? Do you like talking about how you could have fixed mediocre movies? Well, I certainly do, and you can listen to me, Scott C. Bourgeois, along with my co-hosts Greg Beaver and Liam Creswick, as we give our notes in I Have Some Notes. You can follow it now on your podcatcher of choice or support it by visiting patreon.com/I Have Some Notes. It's been a while since we've talked about the weather on the podcast.
Oh, no.
One of our go-tos in the preamble.
It's my favorite thing to complain about.
So, as of time of recording, first day of spring has come and gone.
Yes.
You would not know that from the outside.
According to the calendar, yes.
Yeah, we had like 2 weeks of spring 2 weeks ago.
It was like spring light, spring-esque.
And now we're back into winter.
It was like a teaser spring.
Temperatures below zero for the rest of the week. Snow in the forecast. Officially, on paper, spring is here. But the weather is just like, nah.
But a Canadian winter refuses to let go.
It's true. We famously have like 2 months of good weather, if we're lucky.
Yeah.
Before things get cool again. But, I mean, this could also just be the fact that we have had mild parts of this winter. Like, there's been some spring-like temperatures, even at weird parts of the year, like January, February this year.
Well, you know, sometimes we get the tail end of a Chinook up here, and it's nice for a bit.
Yeah, so I feel like this is just the debt that we accrued.
By having some nice days.
By having some nice days. Now we have to repay them at the end.
There are many redeeming qualities to living here. Our weather is not one of them.
We are experiencing weather karma.
Sure. I still feel like karma is wildly imbalanced then.
Well, karma is also wildly imbalanced in our book.
Ha ha! I didn't even do that on purpose.
Ah, yeah, but I did. I was leading there.
Very good.
So we'll get into it with a brief recap of our previous chapter, which was chapter 8 of our novel, in which Ben and Adam go and spend a lovely afternoon in the Pasar Bayang, right up until the point where they decide to go talk to... Let me rephrase that. Right up until the point that Ben decides to go talk to a fortune teller who immediately sees through all of their shenanigans and rats them out to the fuzz.
It promptly gets them arrested.
Yep, and that is where they find themselves, in the clutches of the Snake Men. Great title for a movie. No, I'm going to leave that in.
Please do.
I should have said the Snake Cult, and Snake Men came out of my mouth.
No, Snake Man is better.
And I legit want to write a B movie now called In the Clutches of the Snake Men.
Oh,
anyway,
that's an after midnight movie, 100%.
They find themselves in the clutches of the Snake Cult at the beginning of Chapter 9 of City of Others by Jared Poon. Ben and Adam are paraded through the Pasar Bayang by the Friends of the Snake Cult.
Yeah.
Last episode, Nita was like, I don't get Snake Cult vibes from them, and this chapter, no.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, very culty.
Yes, 1000%. Yeah.
They get a lot of people kind of looking at them. Conversations hush as they get marched by.
Like, ooh.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, that guy's in trouble. And they get kind of marched out of the market proper and kind of up onto an overlook, a hill.
Yeah.
Where there's almost like a stage.
The way Ben described it, it was almost circus tent-esque. The thing is, Ben's not like a petty criminal who's been arrested for shoplifting.
No.
Right? He is Deus. He is enemy number one. So it's not like he gets to like deal with the local authorities. Like mob boss style, he is taken to the big snake like toot sweet.
Yeah. And the big snake, it turns out, is the Pasar Bayang. He didn't just give of himself to give them a safe space. When he's up on the hill, Ben can look down and see that ring of shops that people were using as portals, that's in a snake. That's snake body. Yeah. There's snake down there.
It's all big snake.
There's big snake, and then the head of the snake like descends from the clouds and looms impossibly close and looks him square in the eye, where inside of his eye is his little like avatar.
What a cool and insane visual that was.
Yeah.
To be talking to a man inside an eyeball inside a snake.
Yeah.
What? Yes.
Now, the Nagamuthu is very clear right off the cuff. I don't like you.
Oh, yeah, you're not shy about that.
No,
at all.
he's barely polite about it. Ben, throughout this whole exchange, is relying very strongly on his centering as a gardener to keep himself from just losing it.
Rightly so.
Like brown pants losing it. Because in this moment, we kind of get exposed to what it's like to be fixated upon by a god. Mm-hmm. To have all of that god's attention on you in that moment. And it's pretty terrifying.
Yes.
Because the Nagamuthu's not a friendly god.
No.
No, he may have helped protect the Pasar Bayang, but he's not too interested in helping anybody else.
Not really. To be
in
fair,
fact,
Ben didn't come here to get his help either.
No, but he does ask.
Well, because they're there.
Yeah. I mean, there's no harm in asking, because otherwise the answer is no. In this case, the answer was still no.
Obviously.
Yeah. And this is partly because the Nagamuthu's a bitter entity.
Yeah.
Very bitter. Complaining about how it had to give up eternity so that it could protect the Pasar Bayang. And Ben gets a little bit of insight into the Nagamuthu here, because...
I found this part really interesting.
Yeah. The Nagamuthu comes up short as a deity by Ben's estimation, because Ben mentions, like, he's dealt with gods before. Adam might be in awe, but this is just another day at the office for Ben. And the Nagamuthu doesn't have what it takes to, like, reach that pinnacle of godhood where you get to experience all of eternity. Ben recognizes this was an entity who was going to come up short, maybe recognized it on some level, and gave in to helping the Pasar Bayang as an excuse for why it never reached that loftiest of heights.
Yeah. I also wonder if this wasn't, like, his attempt at legacy, since he wasn't going to get it anywhere else.
Also possible.
Right? And then the bitterness would come from, like, this is the best he could do.
And he is definitely bitter. Ben actually likens him to the fortune teller who ratted them out, because the Nagamuthu's like, yeah, that guy, he lost his family because of Deus years ago.
He would have lost them anyway because he was a terrible person.
Because he's a terrible person.
We're not going to tell him that.
And it's that hurt people situation.
Yes.
And Ben's looking into the eyes of the snake and sees the exact same thing reflected back.
This whole window to the soul thing is very true. And when you're a deity with a giant eyeball staring at a gardener, he can see, like, right through him, and it's fascinating.
He can see the landscape of the Nagamuthu's soul and is like, oh.
And behold, that it is barren.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Not much in there. To be fair, though, I mean, the Nagamuthu's also kind of consumed by bitterness. Yeah. So that might be why there's just a wasteland in there at this point.
Yeah. But also, the Nagamuthu is leaning into this, for lack of a better term, fate and destiny. He's like, so what if your neighborhood falls? Maybe it gets to feed. He specifically mentions, like, maybe the worms and the children of the worms get to feed, or whatever else is in this other dimension. Maybe it gets to live because this block goes away. Why should I bother helping you? Maybe it's just the way things are supposed to be.
Which Ben counters with, well, then why did you protect the Pasar Bayang instead of letting what happened there
and
be
then
what's be?
The snake gets all real upset about that.
Yeah, that was the wrong thing to say.
Yeah.
So the snake... Nagamuthu has his cult break Ben's hands. Just smash them to flinders.
Right? Like I said before, it has a real, like, mob boss feel to it.
Yeah.
This is I'm going to make an example of you. Because killing them, who would know? Who would take back the message?
Adam, the snake has no problem with Adam. He's like, you're free to go.
Yeah.
This guy, this specific guy,
yeah, but that's what I
have
mean,
a problem with.
Right? Like, this isn't two Deus people and he can send one back. Like, for all he knows, Adam's going to run. But grossly breaking Ben's hands, that is going to send a very clear message.
Yeah. And, like, he makes it clear, you're banned from this place. If I ever see you here again, you dead. Take this as mercy, and has him and his broken hands paraded out. Now, I'm not too worried about Ben's broken hands.
Me neither.
He magic.
Well, he magic and other people is magic. And...
Yeah, so, and he doesn't seem too worried about the loss of his hands in this moment, which leads me to believe that it'll be fine.
I hope so.
Yeah. This is not a significant setback for him. Adam is very concerned, and as they're leaving also mentions, like, God, I hate snakes.
Fair.
So it's already not in a good place today because of it. And they do get led out back into the grocery store that they originally came out of, and who do they immediately bump into? The Nagamuthu's daughter.
Yay! I kind of figured she would show up, right?
Yeah, because she's a diviner, and she's a good one, and she knows that they're looking for her, and now she's in the place where they're going to find her.
Yeah. She is about as bratty as I expected.
Yeah, she doesn't like her dad. And actually specifically says, I'm going to help you because you pissed that guy off.
Yeah, that's sort of what I figured. About as bratty as I expected, angrier than I expected.
Yeah, she's a little bit resentful.
Ben gives his sort of explanation about why, like, he gets it. Like, she is competing for his attention with, like, everything because he's a god. And so her daddy issues are just coming out angry at everybody. Like, how can you be so stupid to not know the things that I know? Which isn't fair.
No. This exchange also makes Ben reflect upon his own relationship with his dad.
Yeah.
But, like, inverted, because the Nagamuthu's attention is divided, and so he doesn't have time for his daughter, much in the same way that Ben's attention is divided, and he doesn't have time for his dad.
Yeah.
And he has that little pang,
Yep.
a little bit of moment of introspection there for him.
A little bit.
But yeah, the Nagamuthu's daughter is like, all right, here's the deal. I'm going to give you a clue. It's going to be really vague. You have the skills necessary to go and get more information, because I don't want to spoon feed you. But then does actually spoon feed them a little bit as well.
A little bit.
Because while the Nagamuthu is all like, well, maybe whatever's in that other dimension deserves to feast on whatever's in that apartment complex, she's like, nah, there's something bad. She specifically says piranhas are coming.
Yeah.
Which implies to me that there's something bad in the damp.
Yes.
And it's, you don't want that coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where I think Adam steps up and at least takes slightly better charge of the situation than Ben did.
In fairness, his hands are all broke.
It's fair. Adam, I don't remember his exact words. It's something along the lines of, your dad didn't seem to care that people are going to die, but maybe you do.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you will understand where we're coming from, is we don't want these people to die. We're trying to help.
Yeah. The last couple bits of advice she gives is, I'll spoon feed you something, which is talk to the man with the dead wife. She says it real slow, like they're dumb.
Yeah.
And then she also says, your next guide will be the ugly Indonesian clown. Trust him.
Yes.
Because she's like, you're useless, so here's another big blinking light for you.
Yeah, again, that horrible attitude of how stupid are you to not know what I know? How do you not see the future like I do?
Yeah.
I roll my eyes at this angry teenage vitriol.
But that's it. That's the chapter.
That's where it stops.
They did finally get the information they wanted. It cost them a little dearly to do it, but
sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
And we got to meet some interesting characters.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is always fun.
I think it's interesting. If you look at the various pantheons from around the world, it seems like all gods just have dysfunctional families.
Yeah, gods are... in classical mythology, gods are people writ large.
Yes.
And so they are better than us, but they're also more than us emotionally and in their relationships. So it's bigger, it's more explosive, it's more fraught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their dysfunction is the same, but bigger.
But yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
They are bigger and better than us in every way, including in their flaws.
Yes. Yeah. Daddy issues, but times a deity.
Yeah. Bitterness, but times a deity.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bitterness that only a semi-immortal and all-powerful deity can, a cold-blooded semi-immortal and all-powerful deity can have. Yeah.
Fascinating. That's all. I just think it's interesting.
Well, maybe we'll find out some more fascinating things as we segue into Chapter 10, which you'll want to read up on in time for next week.
Yeah.
In the meantime, as always, you can give us a little rating and a review on your podcatcher of choice.
Oh, yes, please. We appreciate those very much.
We do very much indeed. You can also reach out to us via social media.
Oh, yeah. Pick your favorite. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Goodreads, and Blue Sky. We are at the Read Along on most of those.
You can also check out our new Discord server, which is kind of still fairly fallow, but we're looking for more people to join and
if
get in on the conversation.
If you want to come chat, that's where we'll be.
Yeah, you can find links to join that on all of our social media feeds and also in the show notes.
Sure.
And of course, you can send us an email.
Absolutely. You can reach us at thereadalong@gmail.com.
And with that said, as always, we love you very much, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, I hope his hands get better quickly.
Thank you for joining us on The Read Along with your hosts Anita and Scott C. Bourgeois. All Read Along music is by Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com. Cover art is by Aaron Beaver. You can reach out to us via Blue Sky, Instagram, and Facebook at The Read Along, join our Discord, or check out our group on Goodreads.com.